Hey, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful people. Welcome on this beautiful Thursday night to Perspective. First, I'm going to say what's up to my dope co-host. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I am outstanding. And for our typical users, man, glad you're here. For those who may not know and who may see this podcast later on. This is Perspective. And if you're curious about what Perspective is about, it can be found right there in the name Perspective. This is a safe place, a safe tree, if you will, where we can discuss different topics to any level in a safe place and with a mature approach to it. Many times we find when different people have different opinions, they have different lived
Mhm.
experiences, and different perspectives on things. And we'll find that many times those things don't align with our own. But if we just take the time to listen to each other, we'll find that we have more in common than not. Just because you don't necessarily see it the same way, it doesn't make you right and them wrong, or them right and you wrong, or vice versa. It just simply means that you're different. And when we can talk about those differences, it actually brings us closer together as individuals, then ultimately brings us closer together as a community, and eventually brings us closer together as a world. And that is what we aim to do here on Perspective. I am Eric Butler, aka the Intellect, aka the Cullinan Eight, aka because I'm the biggest diamond ever found on land, aka the Atlantic, because I'm cold, deep, and choppy, and it ain't nothing nobody can do about it. My background is in talent acquisitions. I've been in that for about 20 years. So that has led me and given me the opportunity to move into like career counseling, just to help people get to their bag. If you would, that has led me into and I'm gonna do this because Doc says a philanthropic area where I'm able to give back
Okay,
in
there we
volunteering.
go.
I sit on the advisory board of a financial literacy nonprofit called the Empower Series. If you go to YouTube to the Empower Series on YouTube, I promise it'll be some value there for you. I've also mentored, and that ultimately gave me an opportunity to land here on Perspective with you all and my unmatched, can't be touched. They want to be like her, but can't be nothing close to her co-host. And I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Let's see. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. We recognize that you could be anywhere else on a Thursday, and
Mhm.
you have decided to be here with us. We are so grateful. My name is Latoya, aka Doc, aka Chef Jeff's wife, aka them kids' mama.
Them
I am
kids,
a
mama.
licensed professional counselor, author, speaker. I have an audio only podcast called Say More About That. You can find that on all streaming platforms. I'm also heavy on social media, so you can find me on social media at Latoya the therapist, pretty much
Mhm.
everywhere.
Everywhere.
Um, Chef Jeff, my husband, has a show on the BS3 network. It's called This Dope Cooking Show. You should check it out. This week he made like a cheeseburger pie situation. And I might be biased because he my man, but my stomach and my taste buds not biased.
They know.
So it was so good. So y'all might want to watch that, learn how to cook it. That comes on Tuesdays at 5:30.
Mhm.
What else we got going?
Man, everything and then nothing all at the same time.
Hello.
He shakers and movers. And I know I'd got some messages like what's going on, when you coming back, what's happening. And we're coming back. And then we're pretty transparent around here and we can have those conversations. I won't go into it too much, big changes for me in the middle of last year. And then, as we move into the holidays, we're all moving and traveling, and that's when we take breaks. So that just kind of rolled into the holidays, and we took a break. And then yeah, we're shaking things off. We're kind of getting feedback from our viewers on topics and subjects that they would like broached, and that we could you know cover and talk about and discuss. And so we're just building that up. So as that happens and that evolves, we'll get back into the flow. We'll get back into the flow. Um, you know, People love having our attention. I've started a new position in the middle of that year of last year as well. That was pretty demanding. Doc is always in demand in her role, and it's so very important and vital, I think, to our community. It's one of those world changing type of occupations, because when you help people, man, every person she touches is a ripple into other people's lives. So I hold a very high regard and respect for her work, and I get to peek behind the scenes and see how you know how much pressure and stress that it
Baby, it's
brings.
pressure.
Uh,
Okay. Heavy is the head.
yes, that where's the y'all know the rest. So, but we're going to get back into it. We're going to get into the flow. We've been told that what we do and the way we do it is appreciated and it holds value. And so we will continue to do that, out of obedience to our purposes, I think. And so we'll do that. So,
Hold
uh,
on. Shameless
yeah,
plug.
okay, yeah,
Yeah,
let's
I
make it
wanted
happen.
to start a segment. Y'all remember back in the day on the Steve Harvey show when he had that strawberry letter and the people would write in? Yeah, you remember that? Okay. So I want to do like a ask perspective. I want y'all to write us, ask us a question. Now let me tell you where to send your question. Let me tell you where to send your question. If you send your question to Instagram, that is me. I will respond. I'm the one you are talking to on our Instagram page. You send it to our Facebook, that's E. E is who you are talking to. He will respond. Um, Now we're gonna screenshot and send the messages between each other. So keep it cute.
Right.
But write us and give us a story, and we will come on and we are going to keep you anonymous. We're not going to tell your business, but we are going to share our perspective. One of the pieces of feedback that I got on the show is that like our topics are really good and it's helpful, blah blah blah. But they wish they could get more personalized feedback.
Mm,
So I was like, well, if you don't want to book a session, you're
mm,
gonna have to write in.
mm.
So let's start that up. I tried to tell y'all this 2-3 weeks ago. Nobody said nothing, so I'm plugging it again. Send us a message, ask us a question, and then we will share our perspective live on the show.
And I promise you will be protected. You can
Yeah, we're
send it
gonna tell your business.
you
That's
can
right.
send it anonymously. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we would never do
No
that.
one will know. No one will know. No one will know.
Promise. Like I would never play with your stuff like that. Like, no, I
Right,
would never do
right,
that.
right.
Also, disclaimer before we get too deep into the show. If you are here with us and you love it here and you're going to stick around, please like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend that perspective is on. And then also, disclaimer, I am a therapist, not your therapist, unless there is a payment plan in place. Eric and I will be speaking from our lived experience, education, knowledge, background, and our own perspective. We are not speaking about our personal lives unless we say currently in my personal life. This
Right.
is what we're talking about. Otherwise, we just talking. Um, and we know that your sister's cousin homegirl went through the same situation and it worked out well for her. And we love her and we're never talking about her. We are talking from a general perspective.
We are. We
Let's
are.
hit the comments.
Let's do it.
Oh,
Hey, hey,
hey,
hey. Alexis Butler.
baby bird.
Yeah, that's my baby bird right there. My baby bird. Y'all just don't know, man. That's an outstanding individual. And for those, definitely, put some in the comments if you saw last week's episode. And she was the featured guest on the show over her business. And I'm gonna tell y'all, she gonna be mad at me because she said, you always telling something. I
Don't be that
am.
person.
I'm that person. The thing is, I think she did very well. And if people could really see behind the scenes the level of quality and the work that she does, man, they would be really impressed, as I am. So, I just have the gift of being right there to kind of see it evolve and how she's grown over the years in our business. And yeah, I made that. I made that. So, it's easy for me to smile
Her
about it.
content when she was doing like a lot of content and sharing her behind the scenes, you could tell that like she really care
Yeah,
about what she do.
100%, 100%. It's outstanding.
Let's see. Oh, my man.
Mr. Jay Gilliard, man, I'm just, I don't know if the truck will come back out again. If it don't, it's okay. Um, I just know you don't want people randomly pulling up at your house, so
No,
I'm just trying to.
we have protection and dogs.
Y'all
Do
do.
not play at my house. Unless you are invited.
We'll just leave that salmon fillet on the porch and it will be
Unless
no
you are
problem.
invited,
And if that's too close, move it out to the curb. Just tell me the time to
just
be
slide
there.
it in the mailbox for you.
I just be standing out in the middle of the street. Just wait. No, let me stop.
That is
Let me
funny
stop.
to
No,
me.
the man is a great cook. He got some things rocking there. He says, "Welcome to the comment section." Oh, he's talking to you all. So,
Oh yeah, they in there getting it now.
oh, yeah,
What, read that comment?
It says, "The chuckle I just let out, baby bird." He says, "I missed you, Doc."
I missed you too. We're back. We're doing this.
Yes, we into it.
Oh,
And
you gotta read this one too.
let me read. She says, "Oh, shucks, Dad." She says, "Stop. Thank you, guys." It's the truth.
She's so
It's
sweet.
the truth. It's just the truth. And if you're viewing the show, and I know people, like to say, "Hey, I just want to be that fly on the wall," but we really do encourage you to comment. Just put a smiley face, do something like that.
Up.
Yeah, that interaction with us is important, and we appreciate it. But we really do. We really do seek your perspective. Many people don't understand that your perspective, your lived experiences, helps many people.
For sure.
More than you know. Sometimes just hearing that someone else can relate to something that they're going through or they overcame gives them more strength. And so when you share your stories, you share your perspective, it evokes thought. And I think that is a wonderful exercise, is to think, to be able to see things from a different lens. And we need each other to be able to do that. So please do not shy away from commenting, commenting. And I know it may differ from my point of position. It may differ from Doc's point of position. And but we welcome that.
That's okay.
We welcome that.
Yeah.
I'd love being challenged on thought in that way without being offended, because we're mature around here. Wise people understand that they do not know everything. So I'm open to new views and things of that nature.
All right, let's get into the topic.
Let's get into it. So, Doc, I'm just going to let this roll across the bottom and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Value versus expensive. And we could have we could have said worth as well. Who's high value?
I feel like value, nobody. No, I'm just kidding. People are
speak. Come on. You know how it is.
No. People are high value. But when we're talking about value, I love a good definition. I'm thinking usefulness. What are you thinking when you say value?
When I say value, impact is the word that comes to mind.
So we're thinking useful and impactful.
Okay. Like if it's impactful on your life in a positive way, then it carries some value.
So expensive, costs too much money, time, other resources.
Expensive, I think, in the way that I'm looking, when I think of expensive, overpriced always comes to mind.
Okay. I'm thinking more from like a relational standpoint. So expensive. So I'm thinking
it costs
overpriced is great, but overpriced in what? I think a lot of times people get caught up in like money, but overpriced is also, you can cost me too much time, too much emotional capacity, too much internal resources. So is that what we're talking about?
That is exactly what we're talking about.
Because I love a definition. I like everybody to be on the same page.
Yeah. Who's high value? And now we can definitely dig into it, because we know when we talk about high value, we talk about the worth of a person related to their financial levels.
Is that what you're saying high value is?
Yeah. Well, I mean, in our, in the lexicon right now, it's kind of calmed down a little bit with I think what would I say? I don't want to say king. I don't want to say that, but the champion.
You talking about podcast bros? That's what you talking about.
Them gentlemen. But but they're all kind of riding on the coattails of Kevin Samuels in that, because he coined the term. It's been out there, but he really galvanized it and put a real spotlight on it, and he gave it a full definition and I know you like that, Doc. So he had a very detailed outline of what a high value man is. They needed to make a certain amount of money for an extended period of time for a certain number of years, and then that equated to a high value man. from a financial standpoint, but he also dug into the things that, and it always got lost in that. You champion, if you, I'm gonna put it out there, if you champion men or their causes or their complaints, you just gonna get backlash. You're gonna get backlash without question, without anyone trying to dig into what your speaking points are, where is the criteria coming from, what is the reason you're even saying that. It's just like, what? And then everybody wants to go in and try to tear down what you're talking about. And I'm not speaking just off the side of my neck. I'm not angry. We may get some comments where, who hurt you, or you bitter, and all of those things. But no, it's really
I actually think it's the tone of your voice. I don't think you can do anything about it. I think when you get passionate about a topic and you start going and going and going, I think it's just the tone of your voice.
It is.
Because it do come across like, why are you mad? What's the matter?
Man,
but
and I'm not, even when I'm happy and I'm laughing, I'm telling a wonderful story, it comes across the same way.
I think it's just the tone.
That has been a thing.
And it's nothing you can do about that. It's just the tone of your voice.
Well, try to be, try to be conscious of it, but I'm me, because I'm me. Oh, but okay. So
when you're saying who's high value, to me, value is in the eye of the beholder. If you are a person who values finances, values money, values financial stability, you are the person who has money is high value to you. If you are a person who values being nurtured, then the man who nurtures you, the woman who nurtures you, you consider that to be high value. So I think value is in the eye of the beholder, because what you value, I may not value.
You said it.
I did. I'm stand on it. 10 toes.
You said it.
She said podcast, bro.
No, you said it. So
you know who I'm talking about? The dude sitting in the chair like this with the mic. Not you personally.
No, you talking about the guy that got the braids, and he be like, and he got the horn, and he get to over talking everybody.
It's all of them, all of them on the podcast whining. Everybody.
See, there you go. As soon as you tell the truth, people get upset.
Ain't no truth.
No, you just said.
Okay, go ahead.
That value belongs in the eye of the beholder.
Yes.
So, when men say, nope, I want a woman at a certain size, she needs to conduct herself a certain way, she needs to carry herself a certain way, and she needs to function in a particular manner. And that's what I'm willing to, put my life on the line for. That's what I will take responsibility for. And I need you to maintain those criteria that I just gave you. If you already have children, nope, I'm not taking on you or those children. That lowers your value to that person. That this is not that we're on a podcast. I'm speaking points that have been spoken, and there are individuals and men out there that think that way and they operate that way. That's not me personally.
I'm not mad at that. If you want a woman that's 1, 2, 3, get a woman that's 1, 2, 3. But if you want your woman to be 1, 2, 3, you need to make sure that you're doing whatever she needs to. Like, I think it's got to be equal.
See, equal. That's subjective, and it doesn't.
You want me to be a size 2 and you a size 45? No.
No, I didn't. I didn't say what his size was. I don't know. I'm just
giving you a point of view.
And I get that.
Saying you want your woman to be bop 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 bop, then you need to be bop 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 bop.
No, I didn't say what I wanted my woman to be. I'm saying there are individuals who have criteria on the women and how they want them to be. Now, to kind of dig into that, yes, but here's the point, and here's the caveat that was so confusing. Let's say the man is 6'2". His net worth is, he makes, $160,000 to $250,000 a year.
Okay, 250, because 100,000 is the new 50,000. So
it's really, it ain't what it is. It ain't what it used to be.
It's not the 100 we always
and you have no idea. It just went down drastically back on the 20th of January. People have no idea what they in store for. Y'all, those that didn't go vote, you thought everybody else would take care of it. Y'all, well, I ain't even gonna say that. It ain't even those folks. It's the folks who went and voted for what they voted for. They about to ride that wave. But we're gonna stay on topic.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's going, matter of fact, it's going to change the value for a whole lot of individuals. They just need to get ready for it. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Okay, I didn't do that. But let me read the comment first. Alexis Butler says, that's a great take, actually, on value. I agree. And so, as I was saying, when you set, let's say the guy's 6'2", he makes the 250. That's what Doc said he makes 250 because
I'm hoping he's making 5. No, I'm just kidding.
She said because she said 150 ain't gonna cut it.
No, 100,000 is the new 50K. I'm telling you.
Now I'm gonna tell you 153 will cut it. Okay. based on the tax codes and the way that it's set up now.
Okay, anyway, so he make 175, 250. Okay,
175, 250.
Okay,
he makes it somewhere around, and he's well established. He got his own.
Okay.
And if he sets the criteria that I want a woman, he works out, he's healthy. I don't know how he look because I think looks. We've talked about this on the show before. Looks in the eye of the beholder, and so if he says I want this, I want that, and I want that, here's the thing: is when a man says no, I'm a high value man. If I'm a high value man, then I should get this, and if I want to move, I get to move like I want to move and do what I want to do. And you need to be submissive and fine. And
what does move like I want to move, do what I want to do? What that mean? Because that sounds like cheating. What that mean?
Yeah, they even put it in there like if he has the capacity and the finances, then he has options, and he can exercise those options if he chooses to. Okay. And women and the point was that women needed to understand that if you want a high value man, these things come along with it.
Okay.
Which based on that definition and that criteria I just kind of gave you. And so the thing was, or what the backlash was, is that it was attacked viscerally by women. Now, this would be women who I think even if we watched it together, Doc, you'd be like, what is she doing? Get her off of there. You'd be like, hey, somebody give her my number. She needs about 10 sessions. We may be able to chip at this and turn it around. He used to have this thing. He would say, you can't make this up. And it really would be. And I would be almost secretly cheering that the woman, I'm like, just make your point and make it be logical. And it wouldn't. It would just be like, ma'am, you just talking out the side of your neck. You want all this based on what? Well, he said, well, ma'am, so you said you don't mind getting pregnant by the guy? No, I don't. No, I mean, I do. He said, but you won't. This is another guy who has a podcast. He said, but you won't marry him. She said, no, I won't marry him. He said, so you mean you would allow this man to impregnate you, but you won't marry him? She was like, yeah, because I like him, but I don't like him like that. And I mean, a logical person, it's like, what do you do with that? So I'll ask you, Doc, what if someone has that frame of mind? Listen, yeah, I'll have sex with him, I'll get pregnant by him, but I wouldn't marry him.
So I am very confused, but I think if you're asking me what
I'm talking about the mindset.
You're asking me why she will have his baby but won't marry him?
No, not that. What do you do with individuals who think that way?
Oh, I don't do anything with them. We don't hang out.
And so when she said, how do we don't hang? Absolutely. So that's what I'm saying, Doc. You can
hold on, but I feel like it's nuanced to that, and I feel like because I didn't watch this, like I didn't see what you saw,
right? And
so I have questions, and maybe that's where you wanted me to go to my questions. So my question is she trying to get pregnant by a high value man with all this money, or he just regular?
Yeah.
Apparently. Oh, I don't know, because at first I thought, she wants the child support money, but I don't know why she want to have a baby.
And even that mindset. This is what I'm saying. We're talking about we're talking about men and women. A man that has certain value, but a woman who thinks that way would say, yeah, I want a high value man. Like I need him to make, I'm just going to say 6 figures. He needs to make high 6 figures. He needs to be a certain height. But then because they have a good job, they're a lawyer, they're a nurse, or they've done well for themselves financially, maybe. But they not built in a way that is attracting a lot of individuals. I'm trying to be nice.
Well, just say what you, because I am.
Oh, they built like damaged bell peppers,
Okay.
and and then in the face it's a no, but they really feel like because they have established a certain financial, or they have certain level of degrees, that they now set the value on themselves. So it's this misconception on value. I would say value and worth. So we put value in expensive, but value and worth. But I think the misconception of what value really is, if your concept of what value is skewed, then that's when you run into your real problems. It's like, who's high value? And maybe the question should have been, what is high value?
Right. So I feel like by the previous definition of high value with the money and all that, just because she ugly and bad built, she's still high value to somebody.
I mean, yeah, we all have to have high value of ourselves.
No. Do you watch 600 Pound Life? Them people be on there poor and built like 600 pounds, and ain't none of them women on there single. Not a one.
Not a one.
Not a one.
But if he
and they don't have no money.
Let's be honest, they mates don't be that hot either.
They still got them. So my point is,
well, misery. That's why they say misery loves company.
I don't think they miserable. I think they tired of cooking, but I don't think they miserable.
I didn't see the show.
I feel like we got off topic. I
feel
like
we did.
Very confused.
But
about where it was going.
because maybe I'm not making my point. I think the misconception right now, I really want to talk about the fact that I believe our community has misconstrued what valuable is in relationships. And I'm saying that really having a skewed understanding of value and really what's valuable in relationships is far too expensive. And I think you said it right at the top of the show. You was like, man, so when we talk about a high value, we talk about a person's height. Then they have unrealistic expectations and a lot of superficial things get brought up, but we don't talk about integrity. We don't talk about character. You used an analogy and an example. You said it. If you value protection, then a man or a woman who provides you a lot of protection, then that person will be very valuable to you. And then you said if a person is really if they value money, then someone with a lot of money will be valuable to them. So I'm competing, or even I'm addressing the fact that we put too much emphasis on the money that a person has.
I hate when people say that, because I don't know where y'all live at, right? Like, hold on. This me, my turn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So people got to stop acting like money don't matter. Money matters. Money is right at the top. Money's at the top. Mm-hmm. It ain't the number one. It's definitely in the top 3. This is America. Eggs are $55. Money matters.
Did you just say $55?
Yes.
I'd be taking it.
Eggs are $55. I saw on the news somebody like robbed a farm for some eggs.
I'm sorry. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I was not ready.
Eggs are $55. So, like, no, money matters. I get what you're saying. You're saying the integrity of a person, the character of a person. Like,
why are you saying it like that, Doc? Why are you saying it like that? Why are you saying it like that, Doc? I didn't make any of those movements. I didn't.
Okay, let me get myself together. Okay.
You saw
Listen
what
for
you did.
comment.
See,
Hold
you know
on.
what you did
Just-
to me. See, you saw what you just
just-
did to me. On the integrity and the come on now.
Ooh, okay. How a person treats you is very important. Do they respect you? Are they hitting you? Are they cheating on you? Like all of that stuff matters, right?
Agreed.
And I just hate that we try to play like the people who is worried about the coin got a problem. Eggs is $55.
If I see something, I'll be like, man, it's $55 right now. Listen, I am. So let me clarify. I am not downing wealth. It is my wealth.
Come on,
Wealth
empowerment
is mine.
series. Don't y'all be talking about financial literacy?
Me and broke up a long time ago. You hear me? Wealth is I ain't gonna even say my destination. It is it is where I rest. Do you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is I really am. I'm not saying money because Doc, you taking it like you do. The eggs is $55. I'm not overstating the situation of the importance. I'm not understating the situation on the importance of money because I don't care I don't care what kind of integrity you got, what kind of character you have, how loving and supportive you may be.
Dark?
But if we are outside under a tree, or if we have to be near a bridge, or if we have to utilize any cardboard materials to provide shelter, it's not going to work. It's not going to work.
Okay.
It's not going to work.
Hold on. Let's catch these comments up because we are so
okay. Yeah, let's do that. I'm sorry. Yeah, we get into it. Say, Alexis Bella says, are we talking about women who want a man who makes six figures, but they aren't attractive, nor have a job or any beneficial qualities? That is going on. Yes,
so it is. The thing is, y'all, all of this is wild. Just find somebody who agrees with what you agree with and then be together.
They can't, because I'm going to say this. There is a large segment of women, not all, but a lot, who the theory is the comments of I'm the prize, which I know you hate that too.
I do.
I'm the prize. I should be able to get this man just because the fact that they're a woman. And y'all, and that segment of women, they're used to and to being in echo chambers. And girl, you beautiful, no matter what you are, no matter what size you are. Okay, you are. I'm not saying that you're not. But I'm saying you can't get upset from the segment of men that you want, that you're attracted to, that you believe you should be with. And that segment of men look at you and be like, no. And then you would say that man is he toxic, or is something wrong with his value system and what he deems to be acceptable and worthy for himself.
I don't see any of this. Like, I must be under a rock, and I really
you're not under a rock. You're solid. Solid.
Because here's the thing: if I'm a size 20 and I want that man, and that man only dates size 2, I either gotta lose weight or I gotta find another man. Like, that doesn't mean it's anything wrong with him. That's what he liked.
Yeah.
Why would he date a 20? Because he's just gonna cheat on me with the 2. Why would he do that?
Say it again.
And I promise y'all, I swear on everything I love, I'm not a pick me. I just have sons, and I never.
Why do you have to? So see, that's the issue. Now, why do you have to make a?
Because I gotta let the ladies know I'm with them. Like, we stand together.
But why would they see? Why would they even call you a pick me? Because you just told.
Because apparently they say they misogynistic if they did.
Yes, and I'm like,
and so I was trying to reach those women. I wasn't trying to reach my women. My women with me. They like.
Yeah, I know. Y'all don't even operate under those parameters.
Yeah, I was just trying to reach them chicks you was talking about.
Yeah, them, not us, not them in here,
not
them over there. You know what I mean? And not those that are with us, those that are over there. You know, that's for my academic viewers. You know, like what was that he said? And,
what are they saying?
Yeah, you know, we got some that still speak Ebonics right along with us. You know what I'm saying? They was awful.
I speak AABE.
Yeah, you speak. I'm bilingual.
I am I'm so sleepy. Okay,
I'm
come on.
about-
Woo.
Let me stop. Oh, Doc, come on now.
Read the
Alexis Butler
comment.
says, I wish y'all took calls. She says, like the radio. She said, I got too much to say.
I know that's right.
You know what, Doc? We'll talk
Tell
about
them
that.
run in the room real quick.
Yeah. No, we're gonna talk about it and try to get that set up. That is more that she the first one to say it out here, but we have had
I've
that.
heard that before though.
Yeah, that's been requested, so we'll have to figure something out. Mr. J. Gilliam said, "LOL, Lexus, start typing, sis." She said, "You right, Mr. J." She said, "It's just so much." I knew it was that elongated much. He said, "Eggs are very high."
$55.
He said 100,000 eggs were stolen.
I told you it was on the news this morning. Yes.
I thought you was that. I knew you said some eggs were 100. Somebody stole 100,000 eggs. That's a whole. We might have to do a listen. I'm gonna do some research because that's something else, man. That's crazy. Alexis Butler says men need to get with women who actually agree with their demands or expectations, and women need to get with men who meet their needs and expectations. Then everybody wins.
And this is exactly why when I used to do couples counseling, we would start off, go home. Your first assignment is to make a list. What are your wants, needs, expectations, and deal breakers? Don't share the list till you come back in here because y'all clearly don't know how to communicate. But she is on point. Stop going to be with people who don't even like you. That's just like me. If I was single, but I'm not, I'm married, don't play with me. But if I was single, that's like me trying to date a man who said, well, I don't really like women with locks, but you cute. You don't like me.
You don't like me.
And then I think sometimes people, and not just women, but men too, which is why I said people, they be delusional. They be like, well, I'm the exception to the rule. For how long?
They really
how long?
Man, you will convince Doc. What is that? What is that when you convince yourself of a thing?
Delusion.
Boom.
You are delusional.
I get so much flack for using that word. I'm like, no, when the truth is, there's a lot of other terms, cognitive dissonance, cognitive bias, all of that stuff comes in. But to have facts and evidence in your face, someone will tell you, no, I do not. And you just bypass that because
I don't like women with kids, but you got a kid. We can go on a date. That is code for I will sleep with you because I know you're having sex because you got a kid. That man is not finna be with you. Stop acting like you like, well, little Ray, he not bad. Yes, he is, because our kid's bad.
Or the delusion comes in, he gonna like me so much, he'll change his mind. Or she gonna like me so much, she'll change her mind. I'll
never do.
I'll buy everything. I'll get her everything. I do nothing, and it be.
They tolerate you until they type come around.
Right.
And when they type come around, they done.
Placeholder is what I call them. Oh, placeholder. Mm-hmm. Now, if y'all agree, I'm just a placeholder until you really okay. Y'all do that.
Nobody's agreeing to that.
No, it's agreed to all the time. They call sugar daddies and sugar mamas.
They're not placeholders. Those are sugar daddies and sugar mamas. Yeah, and when the sugar run out, I'm gone.
But it's agreed upon. Like and normally it's it's an age gap. I know this is another topic, but normally there's an age gap, and eventually she gonna find somebody that's in her age range or that's better, and that's who I want to be with. I can go outside with him. Then you can come down every now and again.
They be outside with their sugar daddies. Me and Jeff be seeing them. We be laughing.
That's a whole.
We be like, what is going on here?
I don't go out often, but I have. And I looked over there. I was like, oh.
They be at the Walmart. They be at Costco. They be
like odd couple. I'd be like odd couple, but yeah, because like you said, some value that. They value the money. They be like, I don't care what he look like, but that pocket is sexy. That pocket be sexy. They be like, I'm good. Alexis Butler she's laughing very hard. She said, Mr. J, that's the truth though. Mr. J. Gilliam said, Alexis, I agree with you on that. And Alexis says, exactly, Doc. I was making that mistake bad.
Been there, done that.
She said, I've been delivered.
And don't ever
I'm
go
glad-
back, sis.
And she
'Cause
put a
you
D
baby
on it. She
tripping.
didn't say T. So I love it. She said, I've been delivered, though.
Mhm.
Oh, that's good. That's
You know
good.
what else? Side note, what other terms I don't like? I don't like the damn table. What do you bring to the table? I hate the table. I
Doc,
really do.
you know what, Doc? I think you brought that up previously, and I do not even. I mean, one, I don't ask people, "Hey, well, what do you bring to the table?" But I want your take on this. So when we talk about value, value and worth, I know we have expensive up there because I was really wanting to say, if you putting your value in the wrong place, then it can become expensive for you, and then to kind of challenge on who is high value or what is high value. However, when we talk about the table, but we just got through talking about, okay, if you ain't got no money, you can be the nicest person, you can be all of that, and I think relationships are transactional to a
They are.
degree.
They are.
And if one person doesn't find that there is a benefit to be with the other, then why do so?
Right.
It's just used in a statement of saying, well, what do you bring to the table?
And I just hate that. I hate that the
So,
focus is
yeah,
on the
right.
transaction. I don't disagree. I never
Okay.
said I disagree. I never said that. I just said I hate that, like, that's how we have come to a place of talking about relationships. I hate
So
that.
this is my what we're about to do is bring value. We're bringing value to our community, and we're bringing value to the world, because you and I are going to come. How do we say that without using the table? My first recommendation would be what, how can my life be enhanced being with you?
I just, at what point are we having that conversation? Because this is a coffee date. Why would you ask me that? That would piss me off.
Oh, so now, but see, that's different. We're talking about the timing of when that
I'm
is said.
asking, like, because when the podcast bros talk about
Man,
what do
leave them,
you
dude.
bring to
Why you
the table,
bothering them, man? We
because I be like,
Leave-
burn the mics. No, okay.
what?
And it's not just a particular, just never mind, whatever. Okay.
I know. I'm
Is there
like,
a
you was
show
on their
called
head.
Podcast Bros? Because if it is, I don't know that. I just mean the men
Oh,
with podcasts.
I don't know. I thought you were saying I thought it was a podcast just based off what you said.
No, no. I'm
You're
talking
saying
about
all
this is like
podcasts
an
with men.
archetype. This is like a
I know what you're saying. Men that red pill
Kevin Samuels
or
meme.
man, y'all. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all leave Kevin alone. That
Oh,
man
that's
is
your homeboy.
fast. He can't defend himself, and he was not wrong.
He wasn't wrong every day. No, he was not right every day.
I didn't say
But
nothing.
anyway,
I'm just going
but
on.
anyway, the reason I hate the table is because it just breaks down the relationship to its most basic form. What can you do for me? I hate that. Like, get to know a person. What's their love language? What are they into? How do they operate? Like, there are other ways to find out how this person is going to add value to your life without saying, how do you add value to my life? Because 9 times out of 10, the person gonna be like, what?
True.
That's my point.
Yeah, I think a Socratic method is I mean, because here's the deal: you are trying to assess a person's fit. Hopefully yourself, and you've done the work that Doc, because she gave a nugget early in the show. She's saying couples counseling, the first thing she tells them do, go home, make a list.
Yes, make your
of
list.
your
What are
of
we doing?
your of your what, Doc? You say
Wants, needs,
your wants,
expectations,
needs,
deal breakers.
expectations, and deal breakers. Some of you have never done that. So here's one opportunity to go and do that for yourself. Now, you might get lost in the woods because you don't have nobody to really help you rightly decipher that when you get it. But maybe you got somebody in your life you can, or you take that list with you when you go to counseling, even for yourself. But if you analyze that and at least know that, you have a foundation. So when you are talking to individuals, you don't have to come out and say, well, what do you bring to the table? You should understand the answers to those questions and then utilize what I would call a Socratic method, where you really, I don't want to make it too minimal as saying like, just ask open-ended questions, but they need to be pointed within a direction so you'll understand how people respond in relationships, what their mindset on the relationship is, and so forth. So, if you want to know if someone, if you know you like to travel, you would want to ask somebody something that's open, not like, well, do you like to travel? You wouldn't ask that. You know what I mean? You may just start telling a story about where you've been, and then allow them to share where they've been, or ask them if they've seen a certain something before. And you know that if they've seen it or if they've been around it, then they've had to travel. And so now you have someone who travels without coming right out and saying you intrinsically, it's intrinsically a part of them, without coming out to what are you going to bring to the table. But I think you still need to find that out. Would you disagree?
No, I think you have to know the person that you're gonna be with. I feel like we have said that on multiple of our episodes. So go back in the catalog. But you have to know who you're with, how they think, how they operate, how they function, and stuff like that. I just think that there is a classier way than what do you bring to the table, because that just breaks it down and makes it bare minimum what you gonna do for me.
It cheapens the
And
whole
that
thing.
just sounds, I just hate that.
Yeah.
And then I feel like women provide things that you can't always
quantify.
They're not always tangible, and it would be difficult for a woman, depending on if she's ever thought about these types of things.
Take that back, Doc. Take that back.
To articulate the non-tangible she gonna bring. Why? Sometimes it is difficult for women to articulate that.
Because first of all, the table was built, it was carved out, it was sanded, and it was primed by women.
No, you misunderstand what I'm saying. The non-tangible parts, sometimes women struggle to articulate that. Women can run down their degrees, their certifications, what they do, what they make. Like, they can run that down. But sometimes it's difficult for people to run down the things that aren't as tangible.
Yeah, my challenge in that comment I made was saying that it's women who ask men, what can you do for me?
Never seen it. It's always the podcast bro saying what you bring to the table. And one of them was like, all that stuff you talking, I can have Amazon deliver.
It's true.
Like, oh, he is so sassy.
Wow. Doc be, hey, y'all have no idea. Doc be throwing haymakers out here. Pop, man. Black eyes.
I hate the table.
Mr. J. Gilliam said, yes. Most of the people that say they don't have nothing to bring to the table, most of the people that say that don't have nothing to bring to the table anyway, or they are one-trick pony.
And I also find that people who are overly concerned about what you bring to the table ain't got nothing. Yeah. Why are you worried about what's at my table? Go get a job.
Yeah. And with the sad thing, you said a very important thing, Doc. A person needs to clarify that. Clarify because you just talked about the most important thing. Okay, women, if it's a man that's thinking that way, women can run down their degrees, but a degree ain't never fed me. That's all I'm gonna say. But I understand going and get an education, and those things are important, but I don't think they carry the weight with the opposite sex as the person who has a degree thinks so. And many times, but you said they can run down all those tangible things. But it's
because I thought you were saying something different. You was like the table was carved out, blah 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 blah. I thought you were saying.
I was saying I feel like women
are, and that's not what I thought you were saying. So
assessing men and saying, "Hey, what do you bring to the table? Like, do you?" But it could be. Yeah, I got you. No, it's the podcast bros, as you said. So I'm going with you. So from that point of view,
get all of that from Amazon. Like, shut it up.
But so I'm just being logical here. Okay, if a woman is saying, well, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this, and he say, well, I can, he is actually making your point of saying the things that are intangible, that can't be quantified, that are extremely valuable, that women bring into the life of a person are the things that really matter. And you need to get to know a person so you can identify those things. To
Correct.
me, the value, that is what I'm saying. The value versus expensive. The value, to me, that goes in line with, character, that goes in line with a certain level of integrity. But it's a softness. I call it feminism, like femininity. Like femininity is the most powerful, sexiest thing on the planet. It can cause wars, it can end wars, it can create healing, it can strengthen people. I've seen it happen. The softness that a woman can generate, the understanding, the long, like, women are kind of,
Amazing.
they are. I give them some credit, but they can be absolute. But everybody, the
Hey, stay on
what
the
am I?
positive here.
Yeah,
This
okay,
positive
listen.
perspective.
Yeah, what
Women are amazing.
they are, and I'll leave it at that. Mr. Jackie, you said podcast bros ain't got nothing but some podcast equipment to listen to themselves. Yeah.
That part.
No, they got viewers. They do. I mean, they do. And they be creating they had that hornet's nest buzzing. Mr. Gage say, angry man with the microphone. It's plenty of them. Alexis Butler says, plus there are people that can do everything and more for you, but they don't have characteristics or principles that align with yours.
She said something right there.
I know.
Because do I want you buying my stuff and coming to my house and we not aligned? I don't
That's
know if
gonna
I want
cause.
all that.
I think that'll cause you more headache than anything. That'll cause more
Yeah,
problems.
because child,
Well,
it's
we
like
gotta.
me saying I want to be with somebody and they don't like dogs. Well, you don't like me because I have to.
But you
I
said you
don't,
don't even like dogs.
I don't like other people's dogs. I like my dogs.
That's what he's special. That's special. Nah, I mean, I don't knock it. I just can't fully. I can respect it. I just can't fully understand because I don't have dogs,
Mm.
but I mean, I have some dogs that's my family members have, and they're family members. I talk to them when hey, what's going on? The whole nine. So I was just about to lie on myself. There are some dogs that I miss. When they passed, I was hurt. I was like, oh,
They become family.
yeah, they do. They
I didn't
do.
understand that until Jax.
hmm It gives me a little bit of understanding.
Mhm.
I won't tell the details, but I have there is someone, because if I tell it too much, I'll give away someone, and actually when I was recruited someone. They were supposed to start. They did not start because their dog got sick,
Yeah, I
and
remember that.
so I was kind of like, you mean you not finna take this job that you really like, and so I'm kind of questioning it because I can't identify with the deep passion connection. I'm like, well, you can't put them in somewhere, and then you come. No, because it's a schedule to the medicine they have to get, and I was like, wow. But and I had to think about my family and the love and care they give to their dog. And I thought about, I was like, yeah, Doc would be, she'd move something for Jack. So I said,
Well,
okay. And it gave me a little bit of levity to kind of take the business out of it and try to think about it from a humanistic standpoint. Because those pets bring value into the lives of their, I don't want to say
parents.
owners, their
Parents.
parents. Yes, that's right. Yeah, their parents.
I'm
So
all making
um,
homemade dog treats and stuff. I don't even be feeding my real kids. I'm just
we did jumped out.
sorry.
Man, no, we
I
good.
digress.
No, that was me, man. I was in the plane because it's so because I. But really, to just wrap up, my thought is, I think there's a disconnect on, um, when we're looking at value and worth when it comes to relationships, and we're not putting emphasis on those things that really matter. I think you highlighting the fact that if we're specifically talking about women, when you made the comment, you said there's a certain element, essence and there are some intangible things that women bring to, that they bring to a person or they bring in a relationship that just can't be quantified. I mean, it can't be measured. You can't put a number on it. Have you ever heard the term, I just can't put my finger on it. It's just something. They definitely have that, and I think identifying that's where real value comes from.
Give my sis a dog.
Man, Alexa, I'm about to tell. I ain't gonna say nothing. We'll talk about it.
I'm rooting for you, sis. Get your dog.
We'll talk about
it. We can just leave that up here as we
end
the show.
No,
I
was really waiting for you to take it.
I know you was, but I want you to see this, and I want to help her get her dog. No, I probably got a dog I can get her for real.
Why is this happening? Why is this happening right now? This is something. Wow. No, but
she really could have this kennel Chase finna grow out of.
I'm stopping. Doc, go ahead and wrap up the show.
So, go ahead and wrap up the show. And then I can make y'all some homemade dog treats for free, because I like to do it. Yeah, I could do that. Oh, and then y'all can have and so then when Jax, because I'm not really a dog person, I'm a Jax person, and so on his birthday, I buy the other dogs in my life treats because I don't have no birthday party. I just take the treat to your house. Yeah, so I could bring y'all some treats for Jack's birthday.
You having so much fun right now with this. I mean, you didn't perked it up.
And I've created a whole life for y'all.
And I know, just the whole, it was detailed. You didn't gather equipment.
Chase getting a new kennel in 2 weeks. You can have this one.
Man.
Okay, let me wrap this up though.
Doc, you got it.
So when we are talking about value, it really is in the eye of the beholder. And if you value a man with money, go get your own money so you can be in the spaces with men with money. Please do not be the person who has nothing and wants everything. Because while I hate the table exists. You got to be able to bring something other than femininity because that runs rampant. That was good. Yep. If you are still here, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend because numbers absolutely matter in this space. Be sure to check us out on our Facebook page, the Perspective Podcast Facebook page. There you will be interacting with a lot of people who are typically in the comments. You'll be interacting with Eric. It's a great vibe in there. Check us out on Instagram, Perspective. There you'll be vibing with me because that's where I hang out.
Is it Perspective Pod? Is it
go.
Perspective Pod, Doc?
Or is it Perspective Podcast?
I think Perspective Podcast, yeah.
Yeah. I think.
We'll make sure we hit that. And Doc.
No, it's Perspective Pod. Perspective Pod with the threes. Yeah, Perspective Pod. Make sure y'all check that out.
That's Perspective with no S, not perspectives. It's no S. Perspective Pod. Put a 3 everywhere there is an E, and that's on Instagram. And you'll be able to find.
What is it on Facebook?
Perspective Podcast.
With the E's, with
the threes everywhere that an E is placed, and you'll be able to see it pretty clearly. It'll identify us, so you'll see us. And then, with that being said, Doc, one more time on if you're sending the anonymous letters, and Doc kind of mentioned that we would like to do that, so don't hesitate. Send those out so we can start getting that going. And other than that, we appreciate you. As Doc said, make sure you show us some love just by hitting the like button, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We want to give a shout out to the BS3 Network. We appreciate you for always being flexible, having our back, and just being an awesome place to be. And Doc, man, we getting back into it, man. I missed you.
We're here now. I missed you too.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll do this next week.
All righty. So For those who haven't had any love this week, we're sending you some. For those who just haven't been feeling very, very energetic, we send you energy. And whatever you do, just we're sending out all good vibes. We wish power, prosperity, and protection over you and everything you got going on. Tell you like that. So let's do what we got to
Amen.
do and let's go get it. All right. Bye.